Here we are at the Oasis. It's July 21st, and it's about 1:30. We got some glass windows ready. We got tires lined up. We got dirt all mounded up. Yeah, I haven't done a update on the Earthship for a little while. So kind of a lot's been going on, and I guess that's kind of how I like to do it. And a little bit's like been doing a lot of work on the plants back there for Oasis Organics. So bringing that organic bud to a delivery service near you here. And so now there's been a little bit more focus on Earthship, or the addition on the Earthship here. You can see we've got the pit super dug out. A little too excited. Got it pretty dug out though. This is going to be the addition. So this second chunk of the tire house. Yeah, you can't deem things Earthship. I kind of figured out you can't deem things an Earthship unless it's built by the Earthship biotexture people. So this is only a tire house. We can't call it officially an Earthship. But the addition to the tire house coming along here. We had some great help by the machinery, which was gratefully lent by Mr. Dave. Appreciate it, Dave. It's been a huge help. I'm digging into that mound. You know, the mound, if anybody remembers or anything, that mound there used to be a huge mound right there. That's all been cleared out now. So past my truck here, we got these other mounds from digging out the greenhouses 3 years ago. So now finally getting to use the dirt off of there, there's a lot of gravel in there too, which is cool. So that machine's been super helpful. So been able to get all this dug out. Kind of got the ramp here a little bit so the skid steer can still kind of get in and dig out a little bit. So this has been a big help. There'll be a little bit of hand digging on the inside, but light work, manual labor wise, the machine's been able to do a whole lot of the work, cut a lot of time out for me and Mr. Luke as well. So we've got a lot of dirt mounded up. We've got the tank there, and we've got just dirt mounded up all around this place. Let me shuffle through. I'm gonna climb on the mound. So yeah, we're mounding up. So this is gonna help us stay a whole lot warmer through the winter and cooler through the summer. I think it's definitely been showing on inside a little bit of coolness. It's been staying in the 70s. I think it got 75 yesterday. I mean, it gets super hot, and we're still kind of figuring out just kind of how to work the Earthship and where I need more kind of intake tubing to bring in more cooler air and fresh air. So there's going to be a combination of a lot of different things coming up on the front side of the roof with the glass for ventilation and stuff like that. There's this cool little arm for greenhouses that opens and closes windows with the temperature on the inside. So basically, when the temperature starts rising on the inside, the little hydraulic is temperature sensitive, so the hydraulic engages and starts opening up the window automatically. So I'm going to be trying to employ a lot of that and other things of ventilation, which should kind of help automate things and make it less so I got to come out all the time and open and close and shut things. So that's what I'm kind of about is, using technology. We like to live a little simple, but technology is always still a good friend. It always helps with a lot of things, especially, if you've been doing, like digging, for instance. I mean, I dug out this whole Earthship, and as well as Luke did last year, and we pounded tires. So there was a lot of manual labor, as well as the first Earthship too. There's a lot of manual labor, and now kind of through the years and connections and stuff, when using that machine just makes me extra grateful because, how many years we've been doing a lot of manual digging and manual labor up here the last couple years. So it's kind of just a huge relief and a lot of appreciation, you know, for when we do get to use equipment and technology to for our advantage and helping things move along a little bit faster, you know. Especially when it's only 2 people, 3 people max out here at a time, you know. It's not a huge friend gathering point at this moment out here, so not too concerned. I'm just doing things out here. We're gardening out here. Sunshine. It's hot out with that intense sun, but you can see we got all this mounded up. We got a little bit more dirt to mound up. That guttering is eventually going to get taken down, and what's going to happen is that whole top of the lip is going to get a little trench, and I kind of haven't decided yet. It's either going to be EPDM, a little EPDM gutter kind of entrenched in the mound there. Otherwise, reusing these plastic barrels next to Lazarus there, hot dog. Using those plastic barrels basically can cut out a little section and basically reuse those barrels and make a huge little barrel guttering across this whole backside. So that's going to be kind of the main deal. So this will all kind of be eliminated, and what's essentially going to happen is because of the addition, I can plan things a little bit better as far as water catchment and kind of directing all the water. So all this guttering is going to get eliminated. It's going to get way more back buried. Whether I use the barrel or the EPDM idea, it's going to end up basically coming down, and it's going to slope this way, you know, towards the camera here. We're going to slope it, and it's going to curve around the building, and we're going to keep going at this down slant. We've got this nice little down slant we can work with still, and basically right in this corner about, we're going to end up making just like the main drain. Nothing more is gonna, no more rainwater is gonna get funneled into that tank. I'm probably gonna clean it out just a little bit because there's just some sediment and stuff in it from just dust out here blowing onto the roof, and it's not like we have like a silt catch or anything on the cistern right now. We were just more focused on collecting water at the moment. So yeah, but basically, yeah, there'll be a main funnel point right here that'll basically downslope underneath the doorway, underneath the solar panels, and it'll lead up front to where I got the big pond where I've just kind of been filling water. And basically, you can see my tangle of hose here. That runs out to the field, so I kind of go back and forth with pumping water and then watering plants and stuff like that. So that's a little bit why we're doing the addition here, is more water catchment, because that's going to essentially be what this building does too as well. As far as like the funneling and guttering deal here that I'm kind of going off of, talking a little fast. I've had my coffee this morning, but basically this roof will slope and it'll come off this mound, and it'll essentially gutter to the same funnel point as the main Earthship roof. So both these roofs will funnel into this center funnel point basically, which will be in this area somewhere. Haven't really configured it, so obviously more videos to come to show you plenty more updates. You know, it's we get a good amount of wind up here, so we always got the wind turbine going. We got satellite internet, we've got electricity. So like I was saying, that the guttering pipe will funnel kind of downslope through underneath the panels here, and then it's going to basically downslope to the pond where we got the tank. Excuse me. So yeah, this will essentially slope and go into here, into the pond that is not covered at the moment. So, and that's kind of the other plan too, is hopefully this project might be pretty quick, might be able to be wrapped up maybe before this winter, which would be pretty ideal and pretty awesome. A lot accomplished through the season here. So, but yeah, yeah, all the front face, all the glass and stuff, all of this will all essentially start guttering to this pond, because we definitely want to collect as much water as we can out here. So that's the kind of the main goal. So everything will gutter, you know, all the tubing and stuff from the roof will all gutter into this, and this will essentially act as our well. So there'll be a pump in here buried underground that'll basically pump back to our tank, to our 600-gallon tank, which that water coming out of there will be way more filtered and clear. We won't have to worry about sediment. The lid can stay on that tank. You know, it can be a closed system. And then all this will be buried too as well. So there's definitely still a lot of things to be done. This is kind of just the beginning scope of the project. Like I said, I just haven't, it's hard to be on top of videos. Like I'm always multitasking a lot of things, and videos not always on like my priority list either. So I know people like to kind of see what we're doing up here. Sometimes I'm just too tired to procrastinate a little bit, but definitely been getting a lot of work done. Slow start, but slowly just kind of making bigger and more progress. So all of this will be bermed up, and then with what I was saying before, if this gets enclosed, this will have a tire row. This will essentially be its own little pole barn roof. And I haven't decided if I want to do glass over it or not, make it kind of a greenhouse. But it's mainly going to be for, I think, drinking water, watering plants and stuff like that. So I definitely want to keep this water really clean and covered. So it might end up being just a nice slanted south-facing roof. So even in the wintertime when the sun's out, it's melting water into this. We're going to be continually getting water. This thing right now, I think, once this gets built up, that's the other thing, is this needs to be kind of boxed in, and the EPDM just looks all slack and sloppy. You know, that's all this is going to get tightened up. And then this will be able to be filled to the max, which should be roughly almost 4,000 freaking gallons of water, which is crazy. So yeah, because this thing like only half full, you know, where it's at, it's like a little under 1,000 gallons, I think, maybe. I mean, I have no way to measure precisely unless I started from scratch, and kind of, you know, I can kind of gauge a little bit off each tank how much I'm putting in, you know, three or four fills kind of deal. But that's the water I'm using for, you know, Oasis Organics, watering ganja plants, stuff like that. So yeah, lots going on. And pretty much with the machine, just been, like I said, moving a lot of dirt. You know, I made my little path right here. Dave, I think you'd be a little proud. You know, we've got kind of a slope right here, but I did try to work this area like I did the other side, making this a nice little even ramp. So it's really, it's way more flat right here, and it's not on the slope. So definitely taking it easy, not trying to be too crazy and not too excited about the machine, but we're definitely getting a lot of work done. A lot of stuff mounted. So, and then yeah, kind of where that tin is too, like I know everyone, like we got the exposed wood, but yeah, essentially that's what's going to happen is all of the exposed wood will be covered with tin, and then we'll have all of our little exhaust points and stuff like that. So all that's going to come, and I'll definitely be on top of showing all that, because we'll definitely have a lot more to show, and a lot more is going to come together, especially since a lot of the digging's been done. And so now I've just been trying to move as much dirt as I can, really, to get it where I need to and mound it and stuff, and make sure there's enough over here so that it takes, you know, the least work, manual labor for us. So, you know, essentially we're having to do as least, getting my words mixed up. We don't want to, as long as we don't have to use the stupid wheelbarrow. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say. As long as we don't have to use the wheelbarrow as much as possible, basically, makes it a little bit easier for us. So yeah, gonna keep trucking away at this. Actually gonna go down in a second here and go do some trimming, get some work done. And it's hot anyway, so I'd rather be inside. This sun is intense. It's pretty deserty out here with the sun, so it sucks to be out midday. Honestly, you'd rather be in the shade. So that's what I'm about to go do. Go in the shade, trim a little bit, and then come back later tonight when it's a little bit cooler, and we'll get some more digging done, and get more of this all set up. We'll have more tires set up, and hopefully the water area set up. So I think I've talked long enough. It's a 15-minute video. So the update from the Earthship at the Oasis.